is Anthony Mbithi. I'm the head of agribusiness at Family Bank. Previously, I served with the KCB as the agribusiness development manager since the year 2014 up to the year 2020. And then I crossed over to Family Bank, where I've done 3 years today. But before then, I was a regular banker still at KCB and ABSA, where I started my banking career. So cumulatively, I've been in the banking industry for 15 years, but 8 of those have been in the agri-finance space. I think we all agree that, especially in the African context, that we are a patriarchal society. And when you look at the requirements of financial institutions for them to grant a facility, every borrower is screened through a risk lens. And that risk is used to price the facilities, is also used to measure, to gauge as to what security needs to be provided for any person, and particularly women in this case, if they have to provide to get a loan from a bank. Now, being a patriarchal society, it means that most of the collateral that the banks consider ideal are owned by men. And so women don't have anything that they can present to the bank as collateral for them to borrow. That becomes a challenge. Secondly, most of the businesses are family owned. And if they are family owned, then it means that the man of the house is the dominant figure in majority of those businesses. And so when it comes to decisions to borrow, then the decision rests with the man of the house. Again, women are pushed to the peripheries. Their role also in the society is regarded more of homemakers than business, or as opposed to maybe breadwinners. And so in that case, you will find that they will lack the requisite information and records that financial institution would require to consider them for a facility. And then there is also the unconscious bias by financial institutions, whereby loan officers, maybe if majority are male, they would put more trust to male borrowers than women, and men will be seen as the very right candidates for any borrowing as opposed to women. And so those are some of the challenges that I've seen and I think are affecting women. There may be more others, but those ones, in my opinion, stand out the most. As I said, that especially when we are regarding farming as a business, the role of the woman is even if they are, and let me go back to some statistics, because some studies have shown that 49.3% of the labor force is provided for by women. But are they the decision makers? No. They will provide the labor in the farms, in their family businesses, but the man always takes credit because of the custom, our laws and our traditions. And so you'll find that much as on the ground, they are the people who are providing labor, they are the people pushing the business. When it comes now to who is on the limelight in as far as those business or enterprises are concerned, it is the man. And so, and in our African setting, I think our women have been conditioned to think that it is okay to be that way because the man is regarded as the sole breadwinner, and so that has held our women back, and they don't appear on the fore on matters finance. But in terms of provision of labor on the other side, they are on the front line. In terms of needs, I will say there isn't, because we are talking about access to finance by agri-value chain actors. The actors could be male, they could be women. And so the needs from a business perspective may not be different. It is the access that poses the challenge. But the needs are the same, because if a business needs a working capital, it needs a working capital regardless of whether it's woman-led or man-led. If it needs a capex facility, it is a capex for the business, not for the woman, not for the man or the owner of the business. And so the needs are similar. Access is where the line is drawn. Look at the challenges and the possible solutions. For example, if we are saying collateral is a problem, what alternatives do we have? Are there guarantees in place that can replace the requirement of traditional collaterals like title deeds and logbooks? If it is about capacity, do we have programs within the financial institutions or other players in this space who can offer capacity building or technical assistance to women in agri, so that they can be be bankable, and this is in terms of keeping of records for their formalizing their businesses, taking leadership role in their businesses and all that. If it is about ownership of properties and all that, what other metrics can we use as opposed to the traditional or conventional ways of assessing women? What other strengths do women possess that can stand in and to help them overcome the barriers, entry barriers to credit? So once we address the obstacles, then we will find there are many opportunities that we can avail for women borrowers to be able to access finance. For they need to understand the opportunity that lies in women clientele. If you look at the demographics, in our context here in Kenya, the population of women is 50+%, meaning that we have slightly more women than men. Another study shows that the women provide over 49% of the labor force in agri. We still have other statistics showing that women are starting businesses twice as much more than men. And those are some of the opportunities that if they are brought up to the financial institutions, they can be able to see the opportunity and start focusing on women. Again, in terms of even the few women who have been able to access credit, what is their repayment as compared to their male counterparts? Is the risk higher or lower in women? Then you'll find that women are better payers, or they repay their loans better than men. So that means that financial institution can take advantage of that to relax the collateral or security requirement for women. It can also use that as a measure to increase the amount that is lent towards women as opposed to other segments of the population. And so it needs a lot of research and insights that can help financial institutions overcome the perceived bias or risk by women borrowers, and then they go now for the opportunities that lies in that segment. A financial institution is just one actor in the whole ecosystem, and it can't operate in a vacuum if we have to deliver a meaningful solution. For example, banks' core mandate is to lend. We are financial institutions, and our strength lies in doing exactly that. However, for us to say that we have a holistic solution to women, then we need more than just giving finance. We need partners who can bring on technical support, who can do capacity building, and many other things to support the banks. And so the bank will find a lot of, we will tap into the synergy of these partners. For example, the government has a very huge database of the country's population and different demographics. The development partners, the NGOs, do a lot of work with the communities, something that banks are not able to do. And so when these partners come together, bring their strengths together, harness the synergies in as far as their core competencies and strengths are concerned, then a holistic solution can be found. Otherwise, it will be very, very impossible for a financial institution to stand on its own and say that it can give the solutions that are required to address the challenges that we have said.